Another day, another dollar. Geely have revealed their EV sales recently. They're the fastest growing car company in the world. The fastest growing EV brand in the world is Zeekr, who are, of course, owned by Geely. And Zeekr have just revealed another electric SUV. It's called the EX1. And this thing looks incredibly bling, incredibly nice. The proportions are, to be honest, kind of awesome. Hello my friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to see you. This new EV SUV is going to be available in global car markets. I believe around 50 global car markets that Zeekr will be selling in. Those include Europe, Australia, blah, 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 you know, all those places. If you're interested in Geely EVs, well, Zeekr is the best EV brand at Geely. I think that's pretty clear, right? The Zeekr EX1E is a large electric SUV. This thing's about the size of a Toyota Land Cruiser. So it gives you kind of some context. This is a big vehicle. It looks a little bit like the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, says Car News China. Now, I'm not sure if I agree with that. I think it looks better than a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, but anyhow. Zeekr, the brand actually only began in 2021, but they are now the fastest growing EV brand in China. In fact, the EV sales have grown by about 100% this year. The current model lineup includes the 001, which is kind of like a shooting brake or a wagon. Currently probably my favorite car in the world. The Zeekr 009, which will be able to buy in global markets. It is going to be made in right-hand drive by the end of this year, by the third quarter of this year. They have the X crossover. They have the 007 sedan, but they also have the Zeekr Mix, which is actually about the length of a Tesla Model Y, but it's an MPV. That one currently is China only, but apparently the company are actually considering making that a global vehicle as well. Zeekr actually raised about $440 million on the New York Stock Exchange with an IPO earlier this year. And, well, as you would expect in these situations, their stock price has gone down by a total of 36%. It's sitting at $17.91, making it, in my opinion, a bargain. And I rarely say that on the channel, guys. But I've been thinking lately, I'm definitely considering buying Zeekr stock. It is the fastest selling car brand in the world, fastest growing car brand in the world, I should say. And they're using the best technology. They have 550 kilowatt charging in their cars. They're using advanced LFP technology, which is, I think, the best that we've seen. They're using Cadel's new sensing batteries. They're using the chill-in battery as well from Cadel. No one else is doing this. I mean, yeah, it's definitely worth looking into anyway. So, what is this car? Well, we don't know too much about it, but we do know it's big. It'll likely have Cadel's chill-in battery, which is one of the higher energy density batteries, lithium batteries that you can currently buy in the world. And that would mean probably range up to around about 800 kilometers, probably similar range to the Zeekr 009, considering it'll be a similar size, about 5.3 meters long, I believe. So the EX1E is Zeekr's full-size flagship electric car. On the 28th of June, Car News China says that the China National Intellectual Property Administration released patent information from Zeekr. This patent protects the tailgate design of an unknown Zeekr future car. It shows the rear end of the vehicle, which is considered to be the brand's flagship SUV. So Chinese sources reported it as patent images of the EX1E crossover. Now, as you can see from these images, it has a very flat roofline. It's got a large sunroof. It's got sort of slanted D-pillars. Honestly, guys, I think it looks pretty good, but unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of images of this photo. We do know, though, that it will probably be built on the SEA architecture, which is an architecture used as well by Volvo for their new EVs, for their large EVs. And that architecture also uses a structural battery pack. I believe they were planning to use gigacastings as well, but at this point in time, we do know they use structural battery packs for the SEA platform, which is one of the reasons why these cars are considered extremely safe. Now, if you're keen to get a large electric SUV, this will be available. The actual product managers, the VP at Zeekr has confirmed this to myself and some other Australian journalists. This car will be built in right-hand drive as well as left-hand drive, and it will be a global car for Zeekr, who have very, very serious global ambitions. That said, Obviously for Zeekr, they've got to face the same challenges as everyone else. And that means that if you don't make your cars in Europe or you don't make them in America, you will face massive taxes. Zeekr's taxes are the same as Geely's, of course, about a 30% tax, import tax on their cars, about the same as BYD as well. So that will, of course, make it more difficult for Zeekr to sell their cars in Europe. But that said, they do make these quite efficiently. They're very fast and efficient at making these cars, so maybe it won't matter. I mean, a lot of manufacturers think that it won't matter for these Chinese manufacturers that they have to pay these taxes. I don't know. I mean, we'll wait and see. But what I do think is that Zeekr will probably focus on markets like Southeast Asia, like Australia, right-hand drive car markets, possibly the UK, the United Kingdom, places where these taxes aren't in place, where they can just sell in what is considered free markets. So that'll be good to see. And I'm looking forward to an onslaught of pretty damn good cars coming out of China from all these different manufacturers and coming to Australia. I mean, honestly, Australia's been a backwater for cars for so many years, with so many models we have not been able to get from China, from America, from Europe. And all of a sudden, that's changing. I'm excited. Thanks for watching.